Hi, I'm Kathleen Aspenns with Flower Essence Studies. I'd like to share with you two ways that I use insights from botanical families in my flower essence therapy practice. I might have, as I'm speaking to a client, a pretty good idea of the type of essence that might be really useful. For instance, I was working with a client who was working with some serious childhood trauma. This client really needed some support from the lily family. And when I looked into it and thought about it, I thought, you know what? The Mariposa lily might be just the essence for her. And I talked to her a little bit about the Mariposa lily and how it has these qualities of bringing this warmth and nurturing to what might have been, the stony soil of your childhood. But when I went to tune in on the flower essence after and to make the formula, it just didn't seem quite exactly what she needed. And so I looked a little more deeply into the family, and I realized that the star tulip was exactly the right one. Now, you wouldn't know this if you were looking at Mariposa lily. You wouldn't realize that star tulip is a very close relative. It is in the same botanical family, and has this beautiful lavender purple flower. It has this incredible sensitivity of all of these beautiful little forms inside of the flower. And this essence really connected with my client to help her feel more safe in her sensitivity and help her feel really protected from what could be a hard world, but to really benefit her ability to connect with her sensitivity and to feel safe in herself as she did. Knowing botanical families can assist you in the process of working intuitively as well. I use this all the time when I'm working with clients is I've always got my senses open. I'm always listening carefully. And when flowers start to come to me, then I start to pay attention and make a note and say, oh, okay, this plant is coming, but it might not be that plant. It might be one that I don't know quite as well or one that doesn't come top of mind as well. So keep your ears open when you're starting to work and you're starting to think of plants. It may be one of their family members as well. For instance, recently in a mentoring group that we have at Flower Essence Studies, a student presented a case for a woman who is going through some life changes. There are certain cycles in our life where we have to reorder ourselves and figure out who we are now. And in this case, I was just listening and I kept seeing this image of the redbud. When you see it in bloom, you will never forget it. It has this incredible magenta haze. And so I brought up that this might be a plant that would be useful for her. And I talked about some of the aspects of it being, for life changes, but also for that releasing of the old ways. And that didn't quite seem right. And so I thought, okay, well, you know what? This is a member of the Fabaceae, the pea family. Let's look a little laterally and see if some other essences might be just the thing. So I went through my lists of some other essences that might be what might be useful. I thought, well, maybe sweet pea. Sweet pea is a really good one, but it didn't really seem quite in alignment with what this client needed because it's more about creating community and connections, and that wasn't exactly it. All right, well, maybe lupin. Lupin's the thing. Nah, that was kind of a miss. That didn't really seem to be the right fit. But then, wisteria. And she thought, oh, yes, that's exactly right. Because the wisteria brings in this character of women's cycles, life cycles, and this increasing beauty with age. You can see with the wisteria how it grows these strong branches, these craggy branches. And even in this incredible age that these plants can be 100 years old, they are so beautiful when they bloom. And so describing this wisteria, and you could feel the resonance, you could feel that connection, and it's in the same family. And so by following that breadcrumb trail from redbud to wisteria, we were able to create this connection and to realize that these plants all share an overarching theme but one particular one in that family might be just the one. So, wisteria is one that I absolutely go to when there are significant life changes, particularly for women as we get a little bit older and we're finding our way and we don't look and we don't act the same way that we did when we were young. And that's appropriate and that's beautiful. And it helps us to really connect to the beauty and strength that we have in ourselves as we get a little older. So, knowing the family relationships that underlie flower essence therapy will empower you to make more accurate selections no matter how you work, whether it's through repertory and knowledge base or whether it's intuitively or a blend of the above. So join us on May 22nd for our next session of Botanical Families in Flower Essence Therapy. We are going to be talking about the olive family, the cactus family, and the nightshades, among other essences. So join us. We really hope that you do.